setting up here because I am just so late with this video and I am so sorry. So we're just gonna get started right away. Luckily I have already had food. I have just done everything I can. I figured I wasn't always gonna have a guest, so we're just gonna get right into this. Sorry about that. I wonder if, no, because I'm going to make this bigger, which is going to make my face darker. There we go. Alright. No hubby. He's playing with, friends and stuff, so I'm going to be doing this by myself. You'll probably see cats running around in the background. It happens. No, it is not ghost. We do not have ghosts. Like, that is just not a thing that we have. Can we just get... Sorry, I'm setting up the backlight so not like this color. That is intense. You know, it's possible you probably aren't even seeing this, and I'm doing this for a reason, and you probably can't even tell. It's alright, so we're gonna get started. Sorry for the late stream and for the late video. I realized I didn't even post my last week video. I have it all set up. See, it's ready to go, and I just haven't finished the description. I had to watch the stream over for that description, where I put in timestamps. So I didn't get a chance to do it, and then I forgot that I didn't get a chance to do it. So then I turned on my computer today, and I was like, oh, look, it's still chilling out there, waiting for me to do it. So sorry about that. I'll get that up as soon as possible. And sorry for the cat meowing in the background. She won't stop, and I don't know why. She is fed. She is, her kittens are fine. Like, there's 2 of them in there. Like, I don't know why she's yelling. So, unfortunately, that's going to be in the background. Again, no, it is not ghost. We have 6 cats in this house. We have 10 cats in this house. 4 of those are kittens. And... anything else that we have in this house that would cause a ruckus? Oh yeah, just 6 cats, 4 kittens. It's gonna be a little chaotic, and I'm sorry about my background. Let's get going on this. So once again, I'm gonna be watching Nukes Talk 5. This is the first time I've actually watched Nukes Talk 5 by myself. No, I think I've done it a few times, but not on these spooky Sundays. We'll watch, we'll react, we'll see how we feel. I could turn off that light, but then I'll be completely, even with the video playing, you won't be able to see me. So, we'll keep this light on. Sorry that that's a reality. I can't watch this in the dark like I want to. Ooh, that's loud. Hold up.
Stranger than fiction. Popular Japanese YouTube channel Fourth Wall was sent a video by an anonymous ghost hunter who was investigating a creepy local legend on Benten Mountain in Fukushima, Japan. Even though the mountain is a largely visited tourist attraction, locals warn that it's an ominous place that should be avoided. There are many unexplained abandoned buildings and ruins scattered along the mountain, and history tells of terrible battles fought in this location in the 15th to 17th century. People believe the mountain to be extremely haunted by the spirits of fallen soldiers and unexplained apparitions. Many visitors often claim to see the pale ghost of a woman aimlessly wandering around the mountainside. And even more disturbing, there are many creepy stories claiming that some who visited the mountain were cursed and soon after passed away under very strange circumstances.
Was that dude specifically
Nevertheless,
cursed?
the anonymous ghost hunter records as he climbs the mountain in the dead of night. It isn't until he returns home and looks through his footage that he discovers that he captured something absolutely terrifying. Take a very close look.
Is it there on the side?
As the paranormal investigator is climbing the long stairs up the mountain, a strange pale figure can be seen walking at the top.
I completely missed it.
The figure appears to be translucent and has no
I completely
distinguishable
missed it.
features.
I thought it was
The
over
ghost
here in
hunter
a
can't
bush
see
something.
this and has no idea what he just captured.
My bad.
As he reaches the top of the stairs to continue his exploration, what happens next is downright chilling.
And ads. Sorry about the ads, guys. I'm just not paying to not have any ads. So I probably should put on an ad blocker. I heard that helps with the ads. I'll look into that.
It's very easy to miss, but soon after the investigator reaches the top, unexplained footsteps just seem to appear in the snow. Something that seems to be walking away. Whatever he captured earlier at the top of the stairs,
I don't know how I feel about
it
that.
still seems to be there.
Because
Now,
it's
that isn't even all that the ghost...
it looks a little pixelated. This is the only thing I have, is it looks a little pixelated. So maybe it wasn't catching the full footprints because it is white on white. I'm kind of iffy on believing that. Do you guys mind you're not the star of the show right now? To be fair, I'm not either, but that's not the point. Yeah, I don't know. I'm iffy on that. This I can't explain. I don't know. But it's just not clear enough for me
hunter
to
captured on camera. Earlier, as he was climbing the stairs,
believe it
he
either.
captured something else. Something terrifying. But did you see it? Pay close attention.
I don't want jump scares. I don't want jump scares. I don't want jump scares. Aw, thank you.
Again, it's
How
difficult
was
to
your
see
stream?
and very easy to miss, but with a little enhancement, you can see that something seems to have been watching him. Something hiding in the dark woods.
Do you guys
So are the
know
legends
about
true?
matrixing?
Is Benton Mountain haunted by the ominous spirits of the past?
Have I ever talked to him about matrixing on here? Let's talk about matrixing. So, matrixing. Short but tiring. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But was it good? And were you tired because of the stream, or were you tired because you have a human growing inside of you? Matrixing is, I believe... Yeah, okay, so in the paranormal corner, in matrixing, we can talk about, this is like really small here, let me make this bigger for y'all. As a paranormal investigator, how many times he or she has been asked to look at a picture the owner believes to show something otherworldly, the number would be extremely high. The face of a person who isn't there, reflected in a mirror, the outline of a figure, things like that. Seeing these things in photos and videos, sometimes even with the naked eye, is known as matrixing, or pareidolia, which pareidolia is a good one, but sometimes it's not like you're seeing a face. What you're seeing is like a human figure or something. Tired because baby. Yeah, that makes sense. This is one of the reasons why I really like to watch Ghost Hunters, because they talk about matrixing. They had pictures as an example. Is it further down past this lady's face? Oh, here we go. Matrixing not only gives us the ability to pick out a rabbit or a dragon in the clouds that float by, or see a man on the moon, it also allows us to recognize each other. It's very, very important for humans to have matrixing. But like, for example, they were talking about this being the figure of a man. It looks like some stains on a wall, to be honest. And that's something I want to make sure that we cover in this whole adventure, because matrixing is a very real thing. It's the reason we see faces or figures in static if we're looking at the TV static. It's the reason we can hear voices in that static, because just like our eyes matrix, our ears do too. So they're just trying to make things make sense. So you see something like this, it could be a person, but I don't think it is. So you have to be very, very careful with... Yeah, look at the proportions of the face of the figure. If the image is disproportionate, it's most likely matrixing. Closely examine the face of the figure. If it's paranormal, the image will be made up of its own material, but this photo is not made up of its own material. Look closely at the photograph. Pictures of trees, fields, cluttered rooms, or closets, mirrors, and glass are prime candidates for matrixing. Yeah, that just looks like wall. So let's just remember that that's very possible here. And I do believe that we do matrixing. I mean, there's a whole subreddit dedicated to pareidolia, or however you pronounce that. Matrixing is just another form of that. So most of the time I'll call it matrixing. Like if you just hear a bunch of static and it sounds like a whisper of something, but it doesn't really make any sense, or you can't understand it, could it be another language? Sure. Could it also just be matrixing? Yeah. I believe in the paranormal. I believe it's there. I am just so skeptical of everything I look at, because I've always needed to prove... I feel like most of the time growing up, I've always needed to prove my side without a shadow of a doubt. And it's really, really annoying. And so now I feel like I look at everything and scrutinize everything that I look at and everything that I hear and talk about. So yeah, fun facts. Keep that in mind.
Let me know what you think.
That I don't know, because it did show up out of nowhere.
This full video, which includes another
This
scary
one
sighting
kind of iffy,
and many more creepy videos with English subtitles over on the YouTube channel Fourth Wall.
Which baby is that in the corner? That one's Elvis.
Following a viral TikTok trend, Italian paranormal YouTubers PIT, Paranormal Investigation Team,
all the other ones
traveled
are playing
to an abandoned cemetery on a snow-covered mountain road in the Piedmont region of Italy. Team members Paolo and Deborah are interested to see if their Tesla car sensor will be able to spot the invisible entities that are said to haunt the creepy cemetery.
There he goes.
Locals that live nearby claim that there used to be a lively village that was ultimately abandoned when it became too difficult to live on the high mountain. They say that they have seen dark, shadow-like apparitions haunting the cemetery grounds, and they believe that the spirit of a woman wanders the cemetery. All that's left of the mysterious graveyard are a few wooden crosses that stick out from a thick layer of snow. When exploring the area, Paolo and Deborah find something disturbing.
That's all
that
that's
they just
left?
can't explain.
How did that not deteriorate already?
Ma che impronte strane sono?
Not gonna lie, that looked like a...
A3?
Never mind.
1, 2, 3. A3?
Paolo and Deborah find bizarre footsteps in the snow. However, instead of the footsteps coming in pairs, they come in 3. The two investigators are a little creeped out and return to the warmth of their car as they wait. While sitting on the lonely and deserted mountain road, the two investigators are keeping a close eye on the Tesla's sensor. A long time passes, and nothing. Paolo is just about to end the investigation and call it a night when this happens.
Oh. I do love that now it gives me ad for Ghost Adventures. I don't really like Ghost Adventures. They are not my type of people, but I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite trends on TikTok right now is I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. My name is Zach Baggins. I never believed in ghosts until I met them for myself, and I just think that's so hilarious every single time. Anyways, moving on.
Quindi niente, non c'è nessuno qua. Peccato. Oh!
Cosa?
Non c'era qualcuno. Non l'ho filmato. Non l'ho filmato.
Mistakes, dude.
Davanti, nero.
Ottimo, come davanti.
Davanti qua. Di nuovo! Guarda! 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 Guarda, non c'è
Paolo!
niente! E non c'è niente! Non c'è niente! Ma c'era! L'hai visto?
certo
L'hai
che l'ho
visto?
visto.
L'hai visto? Oh mio Dio, anche la macchina! Perché?
Is this?
No!
Yeah, I think so too.
E certo, adesso ti guido anche la
Oh, il tasto P è qua, eh! Devi fare così per sbloccarlo. Oh mio Dio! C'era qualcuno qua!
Are they speaking Italian? They're speaking Italian, aren't they? No, Spanish? Spanish, but Spaniard Spanish?
L'hai visto o no?
Certo che l'ho visto, sul lato sinistro.
Sì, qua era.
Only reason I'm confused is because I can
Ma
understand some
davanti
of
non
it.
c'è niente.
Puoi avvicinarti.
This music is very
Di
intense.
nuovo, di nuovo,
Ok,
di nuovo.
ok,
L'ha
mi
fatto,
sta
l'ha
ascoltando.
fatto, l'ha
Ok,
fatto,
mi sta
l'ha fatto.
ascoltando.
Aspetta.
The Tesla senses something that Paolo and Deborah can't see. Someone standing right in front of the car. Whatever it is, it disappears just
It
as
thinks
quickly
it's on
as
that
it
curved road,
materialized.
so I don't know why they keep
A
pointing
day
it towards
later,
the
the two
graveyard.
investigators return to the cemetery, this time bringing along friend and fellow team member Simone. What happens that night is downright chilling.
One of my favorite things of being able to speak Spanish is during some of
non lo
these
so.
videos,
Allora, c'è
Chris
una
can't
atmosfera
understand
strana.
what the
Ok, c'è un qualcosa di
what some of the
strano.
investigators are saying when they're in Mexico, and I get to just watch. He has to sit there and read
Però
subtitles.
magari è semplicemente la suggestione del luogo, Cioè non è niente di che. Potrebbe essere semplicemente quello. Oppure lei praticamente non c'è più. Perché abbiamo espresso il suo...
Te lo giuro, c'è qualcosa là. Dove?
Ooh, I saw that.
Qualcosa là. Dalle croci, dalle croci. Dalle croci.
Why did you shake the camera so much though?
Non l'ho vista. Sì, l'ho vista, Paul, l'ho vista. Spero di essere riuscito a filmarla, l'ho vista. Era là di fianco alle croci.
Why did you shake the camera?
Ma cosa c'era?
Non lo so.
That's the most frustrating thing.
C'era un'ombra. Che te lo giuro, c'era una roba nera che si è mossa. Ma sei sicuro, Simo? Sì,
Aspetta un
sono
secondo,
sicuro.
aspetta un
Sono
secondo.
sicuro.
Ah, fai tirare su? Oh, grazie. Mi hai fatto prendere un infarto.
The three friends are talking when all of a sudden a dark figure seems to dive headfirst into the snow right in front of them. The investigators are shocked and Simone films as the apparition disappears right in front of their eyes. So did the PIT paranormal team capture evidence of a real haunting on the mountain? What do you think?
The worst
Let me
capture.
know down in the comments. You can watch this full 3-part series and many more great paranormal investigations over on the YouTube channel PIT Paranormal Investigation Team. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com.
I really should get into
Videos
ghost
that
hunting.
will make you say,
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
what? Now in this next segment, I have 2 videos that are just very, very strange. I'm honestly not sure whether these videos are paranormal or just what they are, but they're definitely very creepy and just hard to explain. So watch carefully and let me know what you think down in the comments. Now this first video is a bit of a mystery. All I know is that it comes from a CCTV security camera on a street somewhere in India.
No one
The poster claims it's a video of a man encountering a child ghost, but you decide. So it's nearly midnight when a man on a motorcycle comes driving down a neighborhood street. He suddenly stops as he sees something very strange. And then, well, just watch. man on the motorcycle
Is that a
seems to be
black-eyed
cautiously
kid?
looking at something down the street.
Is that a black-eyed kid? If you don't know what a black-eyed kid is, let me know. Because now I kind of want to talk about black-eyed kids when this is over. Because that is very possible that was a black-eyed kid. Or the other possibility, which is probably more accurate, is in a lot of countries, it's not just America. In a lot of countries, gangs will use kids to get close to you and make you a victim of the gang. And that guy probably recognized it or saw it coming, and so he was like, nope, I'm out of here. That's another possibility. Wow, Wednesday. I have a letterbox in here, and one of them just used it, and I'm a little upset. Wednesday. But yeah, then if that's what you want, I will definitely talk about black-eyed kids after this, because black-eyed kids are terrifying to hear about. I already have a thing about kids.
Street. Another man carrying a grocery bag comes walking up, and he too seems to get distracted by...
I'm just speaking Russian, praying Arabic, speaking Italian, speaking Spanish. See, that's why I'm really glad I can sometimes understand this. Nothing about black-eyed kids in here.
something. The two men pause and both stare in the same direction. Then as the man holding the grocery bag walks away, a small boy appears from off camera. The man on the motorcycle doesn't even seem to notice the boy until the child is right in front of his face. Suddenly, the man is terrified. He jumps from his motorcycle and actually throws it towards the boy. The child then just runs away. Now, there's absolutely no reason visible to me why this stranger would throw a motorcycle at this kid and then just run from his own motorcycle for his life. Some believe the boy to be a ghost and say that this is why the man couldn't see him at first. So they say when he finally sees the child ghost, he freaks out. But all of this is just random speculation. Honestly, I have no clue what is going on here.
I don't think the
What
boy
do
was a
you think
ghost
is
either.
happening? Post
Then
your
again,
thoughts
black-eyed kids
down in the
aren't really
comments.
human either.
Next up in this
But yeah,
segment
we'll
of
definitely
just
talk about
generally
black-eyed
bizarre
kids.
videos,
I
we
think
have
that's a
urban
good
explorers
topic.
Jonathan, Alex, and Mark from the YouTube channel Hell on Earth.
I'm gonna
The guys are exploring a
I'm
very
gonna look
bizarre
up a
abandoned
story
building in England.
about them.
Immediately after entering the structure, the three friends get the odd sensation that something is just very off. They see the mangled remains of birds scattered all over the building floor.
She takes a picture, and in that picture is this ET. He puts the camera over in that direction, and everyone looking in that direction at that moment saw it. You can make contact with these civilizations, and you do
We're
not
just gonna move on from that.
Oh my god. Look at that, that just looks fresh. That's a bird. Two more. Another one. There's three there. Four. Jesus Christ.
Sounds like a school.
Shh.
Yeah, I agree on that.
That's some gas. Some of it's taken off. Too many birds. This place is
Hello, Chris.
My love, are you watching Nukes?
Yeah,
That's adorable. Are you doing the stream?
yeah,
Oh shit, I'm sorry.
it's okay.
Did you ask Ty if she wants to join next week?
I haven't yet. I was gonna text her.
Text her now.
I don't know where my phone is, to be honest.
It's right here.
You see my phone? Oh, hello.
Also, the kittens made it smell in here, didn't they?
Nope, that was Wednesday. My phone's about to die.
Message Ty. Make it official.
Okay, I will.
Alright.
But like, I do this on Sundays, so I have I have at least tomorrow to talk to her. All right.
Okay. I love you.
And then, can you get me more Mountain Dew?
Yeah. Do you want more water too, or you good?
Yeah, more water would be great, actually.
Okay.
One of these videos got us on the topic of black-eyed kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you want to see it?
Looking up, and he too seems to get distracted by something. The two
Wait
men
for it.
pause and both stare in the same direction. Then, as the man holding the grocery bag walks away,
You only
a
need to
small
watch it.
boy
You don't need to hear it.
appears from
You
off
can't hear
camera.
anything.
The man on the motorcycle doesn't even seem to notice the boy until the child is right in front of his face. Suddenly, the man is terrified. He jumps from his motorcycle and actually throws it towards the boy. The child then just runs away.
Weird.
Now,
The
right
other
in
weird
front of
thing
his
is,
face.
if you
He's
look at
looking
him,
something
he's
down the street.
he
Another man
doesn't-
carrying a grocery
He's
bag
looking
comes
close.
and pause and both stare in the same
he
direction. Then,
continues
as the man holding the
staring
grocery
as
bag
this
walks
kid
away,
approaches
a
him. He
small
doesn't
boy
seem to
appears
notice
from
the
off
kid
camera.
until he's next
The
to
man
him.
on the motorcycle doesn't
See?
even seem to notice the boy until the child
And
is
then he's
right
right
in
next
front
to
of
him,
his
and he gets
face.
scared and takes off.
Suddenly, the man is terrified.
Throwing his bike at him.
Yeah, they tend to bully each other. That one's actually dinner. But yeah, so that got us on the topic of black-eyed kids, and so now I have a topic to talk about.
Next week.
No, right now after I finish reaction.
That's adorable.
Yeah,
Okay.
because Evelyn's never heard of black-eyed kids, so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one of the more prominent ones for the.
Or have
supernatural.
you heard of it, but you want me? Because she said, I'd be fine with you explaining. So it's possible that she has heard of it, but she doesn't mind me explaining it anyways.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Let me go get you your things.
Okay,
I love you.
I love you.
I'm gonna turn on your stream and lurk.
Oh, thank you. Can you stop her from meowing? See what it is she wants. Give her food then. It's not like she's starving, and it's not like we don't feed them a lot. Oliver's fat, meanwhile all the other cats are normal sized. And they act like they're starving. Anyways, going on.
Look at that, that just looks fresh. That's a bird. Two more. Another one. There's three there. Four. Jesus Christ. Shh.
It sounds like the murmur of school children.
Some of the wings taken off.
I think he said wings.
Too many birds. This place is fucking weird as boys,
Cats
yeah,
are
but
done.
this is
Here you go.
What?
Cats are done.
Yeah, they are. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you. Kiss.
I love you.
Shut the fuck up.
that's fresh. That's fresh.
Did you give her food? Oh, that one looks like it's a bloody bird.
There's more. Maybe this is the biggest bird. That's the big bird that's been killing all the other.
Oh, you're right. It could be pigeons
There's
cooing.
nothing in here that a pigeon would like just like hit itself on or break its neck on a window or something like that. You know how we see dead birds in places. There's no reason for the I know this is probably really interesting, right? But you're taking too long to explain it, and I don't want to be here any longer than we have to be. So why don't you save it for later on when we can talk in the van? Yeah, right.
The explorers
I
find
feel that,
many
my dude.
bird carcasses.
You're
Birds
taking
that
too
seem
long to
have
explain
passed away
this.
under very strange circumstances. Some of the birds have missing heads, and some appear to have fresh, unexplained wounds. The guys don't really know what to think and have no explanation for the strange find. They joke around to lighten the mood, but then something stops them in their tracks.
Yeah, right. Let's just do.
That's terrifying, dude. Is it security? Please tell me it's security, dude.
Nadav, can you overwatch the cats? Make sure they what they're supposed to.
Selling physical products is not the best way of making money on Amazon
Yeah.
in 2021.
Okay, well,
now,
Roche
yes,
is
that
already
model
in the
does
room and I
work,
can't stop
but
her.
My twin brother and I, Christian, we've discovered a new and
Alright, bud, you're alright. Alright.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was security. Oh my God.
Right. Alright, we'll just get off.
No, you have to stay there.
Why?
No, the police on the way. Stay there. You're just for security.
Evie, fuck off.
Well, we ain't broken in. The window's wide open.
We need.
Yeah, I know we've been in.
Yeah.
The window is wide open. I mean, I don't know if you know why there are so many dead pigeons.
Because it's the ghosts.
It's the ghost.
No, that is haunted.
A ghost is going around and cracking.
Well, I'm serious. That is haunted, isn't it?
If there's one thing I know, yeah, I agree that I think. If there's one thing I know, though, security guards normally know if the place is haunted.
So you come all the way here, just have a look in here?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Hobby.
You need a different
However,
hobby.
Urban exploration team is stopped
Well,
by
at least they
authorities
were-
under suspicion of burglary.
They were
Thankfully, the three innocent explorers
friendly.
are let go, but not before they're told some very bizarre information about the building they were just inside. One of the security guards
Because that's something that security guards you would think, you know what, you're right. He could be doing it. That's one of the things. Okay, so security guards wouldn't tell you, though, that a place is haunted, per se. Because you would think that they would be more, they don't want people coming by like they just did. They don't want to be dealing with that kind of stuff. Because again, this most scariest thing you have to deal with is actual people. That's why when somebody yelled and I was scared for them because I was worried it was like oh shoot, what are those called? A squatter. I was worried it was a squatter, and again, that's the most terrifying thing you can be dealing with in that area is, in any areas, real people. So I was really glad when it was a security guard, because oh my God, that sent chills up my spine when I heard someone yell, because I did not think that was a ghost. I thought it was an actual person. But then the security guard goes and spreads the thing of this place is haunted, which is obviously going to attract more people there. You would think that the security guard would want to avoid that, but he doesn't. He just says, yeah, this place is haunted. Haven't you heard of poltergeist? Like, huh? That cop seemed like pretty cool though. Like, he was just
claims
He was pretty
that the
chill.
building is haunted, possibly by a dark poltergeist. And that's why so many birds meet a tragic fate inside the creepy abandoned property. Or so he says.
Yeah, it's
Now,
real
again,
sus.
I'm not sure if this video is even remotely paranormal, but it's definitely very
Because, like, again, security guards don't want more people going there if they're not supposed to be there, right? So, either this place does allow ghost hunters to go there and rent out the space for a night. Because that could be a thing. If that's allowed, then one, if that's something that a building does, please rent the space before you go ghost hunting, like these guys. The writing on the wall, I think, is just a bunch of kids going in and just writing too many parts. But yeah, that's something that maybe he was doing, trying to get more people to go and rent the place for a night. But if that place doesn't do that, then the only person that the security guard would really be telling that it's haunted is another security guard. For example, Chris's old security job. A lot of them didn't really like welcome people coming in and going ghost hunting, but when they would talk to each other, they're just like, oh yeah, building 2's haunted, dude. They were just straight up about it. And it wasn't just any of these guys. Some of these guys were like ex-police and things like that, who used to be cop, quit, became security, and is dealing with this kind of stuff. Some of them were ex-army. Also just, when they were talking to Chris, just, hey, careful with building 2, it's haunted. But yeah, that's a little weird. So unless this building is something that they rent out, I wouldn't see why the security guard would be telling these 3 random kids this place is haunted.
Very strange. And
unless
frankly,
he's trying to cover
I have
it up.
no
You're
idea
right.
why there would be so many mangled birds all over this abandoned building. But what do you think? If you have an idea or an explanation, drop it in the comments.
That chill of that yell.
Hide
I was seriously
and
scared
seek.
for their lives.
Popular Jordanian ghost hunter Hassan Barbar is back with another exploration of a very creepy abandoned building. The old house is said to be haunted by a demonic presence, a djinn that
no, I didn't see
supposedly
that.
has the ability to take different forms. It doesn't take long.
How's the
before
audio
Hassan
levels, by
realizes
the way?
that he
Am I
might be
louder
being
than the
tricked
video?
by the dark entity.
Is the
He
video
begins
too
to
loud?
See the apparition of a child.
Let me know.
And follows it from room to room. Hassan's live stream viewers say that they cannot see what he is seeing. They warn him that he might be confused by the jinn and in terrible danger. But Hassan doesn't listen, and before long, very odd things start to happen.
I'm getting a lot of anxiety before going into this video, because let me tell you, American ghosts don't scare me as much as all the other ghosts do. And here's why. American ghosts seem to be mostly shadows. Whether it's CGI or not. Oh. Yeah, that happens. I can make this louder. And then I can make myself louder here. And then hopefully that helps a little. Yeah, no, well here's the thing. When it comes to videos from the Middle East. Okay, good. When it comes to videos from the Middle East, I can't always tell if they're real. Some of them are so fake that you can tell that they're fake, but they're still scary. There was one where this guy, they always do this. They always film into mirrors. And I already hate mirrors as it is. Like, me and Chris probably aren't going to have a lot of mirrors. Have one over there. It's even flipped so that I can't see it. It's one of these mirrors. That's like double-sided. So it's like flipped like this so I can't see it in my room. Or it's like flipped towards this like balloon that's here. That's, you know what? Nope, that makes me uncomfortable. So it's there, and I can't see it. So there's something about mirrors. Well, I have mirrors in the bathroom too, but I can see the mirror from my bed, which is why we keep the door closed. We don't do mirrors. I can do mirrors in bathrooms. It's fine. It's understandable. Again, I use mirrors. They just freak me out, and they always film into mirrors, and I hate that about these videos. They film into mirrors, and sometimes they're not like heavily edited like a scary movie, but like the hands that will show up on their shoulders are terrifying. Or sometimes they'll do little jump scares here and there, and I hate that. I hate jump scares. That's why I do not watch suspenseful movies. Like they're supposed to be scary. They're not really scary. They're suspenseful, and I don't like those because they do jump scares, and I hate jump scares. That's the only one we have. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Why I decided to use a mirror, why I decided to buy a phone with the mirror backing is just because it's holographic, and that's about it. Like, I don't really look at it that much. Okay. Oh, they scare me, dude.
Oh. لا 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 لا.
I don't want to
في
watch.
شيء لمسني. جي.
I don't want to watch. I don't want to
بسم
watch.
الله. لا لا لا. طب
Look,
إذا أنت هون ظهرني. إذا أنت
don't
هون
fight me on
ظهرني
this.
هون في الغرفة هاي.
Again, these are Middle Eastern ghosts. First of all, these are Middle Eastern ghosts. I'm not going ghost hunting with Middle Eastern ghosts. I'm going ghost hunting with American ghosts. I'm not leaving America. Because American ghosts... You know what? I'm not going to say that because I feel like that's going to taunt them. I'm not as scared of them, though. I'm not as scared of them because they just seem to be shadow people. The worst I've seen it, or the worst I've heard of, is shadow people. Some get full body apparitions, but I don't always believe those, especially because most of the time I didn't see them. They're always not caught on camera. So yeah, you know, we're not going to talk about that. I want to, okay, the reason I want to go is because I want to test out whether or not I'm a nullifier. If a place is supposed to be extremely haunted and nothing happens, and I'm the only one that experiences nothing, then I'm hoping that at least, like, that kind of proves it, you know? Or not. Maybe I'm not a nullifier. But I want to go because I want to discover things for myself. That's why I want to go on these ghost hunts. But when I'm sitting here watching things on the computer, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Sometimes I can't even look. This video isn't even all the way fully in. Like, it's just the beginning. How long of this Middle Eastern ghost do I have? It's a lot.
طب وينك اظهرني.
Nuke was saying that his viewers can't see. They did say Jinn. The Jinn isn't a real ghost, at least. No, Jinn are terrifying too. Get out of here. Don't be mean to the kittens. Shoo. They said that they couldn't see what he was seeing, so I'm hoping. Okay, now I paused too many times. Nope, 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 nope. More scary things.
بسم الله أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم.
Jinns are bad. But they always say that the Middle Eastern ghost is a Jinn. I can't even look at the real screen. I'm looking at the chat, and I have the video on in the chat out of the corner of my eye. I'm watching.
قول. طب وين رحت عمو؟ بسم الله الرحمن.
That marble reminded me of another video where this guy saw that marbles were being thrown down some steps, and he looks down at the marbles, and he has the camera kind of pointed down, but he's calling up. And then he looks down for a second, and you can see this little hand, this little tiny child hand, grab one of the marbles from between his legs, and he freaks out. I freak out. It was... That marble one scared me, and now I don't feel comfortable with them looking down either. I don't feel comfortable with anything. Ah. Yeah, they call are Jinns? Yeah, are Jinns what do you want? You were literally been fed, you've eaten the kitten's food. I don't know why she's meowing. I'm sorry that she's meowing. Are Jinns just Middle Eastern? Like, I know that they come from that culture, but do they stay there, or can Jinns be here in America too? Like, it's really annoying when it's 24/7, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, we're just gonna keep going with this video because this is scaring me so bad. Oh god, don't do that. That's a marble.
طب ظلي. بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء. تأكد انه هو موجود يا اخوان.
Oh God! Dang it!
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله.
At first, Hassan feels like something is touching him. He's a little shaken but carries on exploring. Then he suddenly hears the sound of something being thrown in one of the rooms. During this time, the explorer still claims to see a little boy running around the abandoned house. A marble is thrown at him, and when he throws it back, a large heavy rock comes flying towards his head, barely missing him. Despite being warned by his live stream audience, Hassan is determined to find the child. And then things get truly bizarre.
Truly.
في ورد صغير.
Now he's dealing with children that he can only see. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it.
متأكد 100% إنه كان في ورد صغير. متأكد يا إخوان إنه كان هو. متأكد شوي. متأكد. أيوه.
Oh God.
أنت مين؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
No! Don't chase him! Don't chase him! Don't chase him!
بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah, I think it's because we mostly think of them as just ghosts instead of jinns.
طب وين رحت؟ وينك؟ طب شو بتعمل هون أنت؟
While Hassan is explaining to his live audience that he is certain that he saw a boy, the child finally appears on camera. When the boy moves out of sight, Hassan rushes over to investigate, but
Hello,
the small
welcome.
room is empty. No one there. So did Hassan see a creepy jinn taking the form of a young boy? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
I do not
You
like
decide.
this.
You can watch this full video and many more over on the YouTube channel Hassan Barbar.
That one could have easily been
Ghost Town.
That one could have easily been faked, but the thing is, I still don't like it. Regardless, I don't like the feeling. I don't like it. that's just
After
it.
many requests from his fans on his YouTube channel, Russian YouTuber Dima Maslenikov travels to an abandoned Soviet-era mining town, Akhmara, in Eastern Europe. After several wars and devastating economic change, residents of the small town made the difficult decision to leave their homes and start a new life somewhere else. Many high-rise apartment buildings that were once home to over 5,000 people are now abandoned and left to rot. The city has been left almost completely vacant for over 50 years and is now a figurative and perhaps even a literal ghost town. YouTuber Dima Maslenikov received many haunting stories from families who used to live in Akhmara, as well as creepy tales from visitors who dared to explore the old town. Many people claim to have seen the apparition of an elderly man roaming the countryside, and there have been hundreds of reports of bizarre shadow figures that are said to haunt the old abandoned buildings. Now, Dima is a skeptic, but he's still a little freaked out to be alone in the deserted, creepy ghost town.
Yeah, that's what I was
As he starts
thinking.
his exploration,
That's why I think it was
things
probably
get
fake,
a
but that
bit
doesn't mean I like it.
weird.
Мне кажется, вот лично бы я, если увидел подобное, я бы, наверное, с ума сошел, потому что, ну, это...
The sound editing.
Это...
The sound editing with all the creepy noises. I don't like the sound editing because then it just kind of covers up what he's doing or saying. Oh, here, let me move my face away from that. We'll just... I don't like the suspenseful music for the same reason I don't like jump scares.
Это что, блядь, было сейчас?
Have I noticed what? Oh, that, okay. The music to this, my dude. He's got a lot of cameras on him.
Там что-то пробежало.
I like that, but I also hate the editing of the music.
Здесь кто-нибудь есть? Здесь кто-то есть.
Вот эта херня убежала.
And then the heartbeat. Oh my god. I don't like this one purely because of the editing. It's a little unnecessary, not gonna lie. I have a little kitten pawing at my leg, and that's not what I need right now.
Где оно? Так, это не могло мне показаться 100%. Вот за этим углом было нечто примерно высотой по колено-по пояс мне. Оно ушло за эту стенку и пропало, но она вряд ли вышла бы через это окно, потому что здесь слишком много веток, я бы услышал, как они ломаются.
To Dima's horror, he sees a shadow figure that seems to duck down and then quickly dart away. He checks outside and inside, but whatever it was, it's just gone. After this frightful experience, the Russian explorer continues on to the next apartment building, and it did not go well.
Freaking music, dude.
Ёб твою мать!
Hey, you could have died.
Что вы понимали? Вот эта херня должна была сейчас лететь в меня.
Dima gives up on this particular building, deeming it too dangerous to enter. But when he reaches another building further into the abandoned town, this happens.
Так, наша задача сейчас дойти до самого центра, посмотреться и найти уже необходимое мне здание для следующего эксперимента.
What experiment? Oh my god. I knew there was gonna be a freaking cow and I saw it in the comments and that still terrified me. His music
The
didn't help
unsuspecting
either.
explorer gets a good jump scare as a cow emerges from one of the empty apartment buildings. Now, of course, this has nothing to do with the paranormal, but viewers of Dima's YouTube channel spotted something in this same bit of video.
How can
Something
you
that
be
even
focused
Dima
on anything
himself
else?
didn't notice. As he pans around to show several of the tall, deserted apartment buildings, he captures something on camera. Something downright creepy.
The music.
Просто посмотрите. Раз здание. Два здания.
I just want to skip this whole video section because of the music.
5. 6. Мы сейчас с вами находимся в центре настоящего города призрака. Вот прямо в этой точке. Это не одно какое-то здание, это просто десятки зданий в одном месте.
Standing in the window of one of the empty old apartment buildings.
I was hoping that he
Even
would
after
tell us what
all
we're
this,
supposed to see.
Dima is still a skeptic. He believes that everything that he saw can be explained. But what do you think? Did Dima capture the shadow figures
I
that
think
supposedly haunt the creepy
he
ghost
is
town?
really annoying.
Or something else?
For no other
As
reason
always,
than the sound
you decide.
editing.
You can watch this full creepy video as well as many others over on the
Freaking
Russian
cow.
YouTube channel.
There was
Dima
comments about the
Maslenikov.
cow.
Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter.
The
here,
cow is the most
follow me on
unexpected
Instagram
thing to
here,
pop out of that
and follow-
doorway. Like, I read that comment and I didn't see a cow through this entire video. Yeah. I don't know. I was just... Did you see it? No, I was too busy reading the subtitles. It's easier to get scared by things like cows than it is to shadow figures, apparently. I want to see a video of people getting spooked by normal, non-paranormal things. The Russian dude's investigation was like a horror game and even had a jump scare. The last video, the dude's equipment had me feeling like I was playing a third-person scary game. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, see, like the camera, I appreciate all the cameras he has all around him, along with all the lights. Of all the Nukes videos I've watched, I think the cow is giving me the biggest scare. Press save! And let me tell you, I've watched a lot of these videos. Jeez. That freaking cow. See, he does that scream in the audio. That is not okay. I do. I really do. But again, I don't like that suspenseful music. It makes... They do use that suspenseful music for a reason. It does raise your heart rate and all of that kind of stuff. I don't like it. And then they use it in everything, and I don't like it because they do it on purpose. And of course, that scream with the freaking cow, dude. It was unnecessary. He scared the cow as much as the cow scared him. You know what the funny thing is, though? Some fun facts about cows are really, really curious. So he was probably making all this noise and all this light, and this cow is just like, what's going on? And then he screams, the cow gets scared. Poor cow. Anyways, we're gonna watch, I've already watched this video, but it's 5 Ghosts Scarier Than Yo Mama, and that's why we need to watch it. Because
hey,
just
this will be the most important video you watch today.
Nuke.
We're sending out these tactical backpacks out.
Nuke, the way you title your videos are the only reason I watch them, and I just can't help it. Stop it. You've eaten all of their food. Literally, they didn't even eat any of it. Shut up.
Meanwhile, on
You're not
TikTok,
hungry.
Paranormal investigator Bradford from the YouTube channel The Haunted Lair travels to the abandoned Lakeville State Hospital in Massachusetts. The hospital opened in 1910 and served as a sanatorium to treat patients suffering from tuberculosis and other chronic and crippling conditions. Sadly, the patient list included many abandoned and orphaned children, who were often terribly mistreated by the hospital staff. It is rumored that many of these children were buried on the hospital grounds in unmarked graves. Lakeville Hospital was closed in 1993. The large property has been left empty
a year
and
after I was
abandoned
born.
ever since. The old hospital is believed to be haunted
I've
by
aged
the
myself
patients
now.
who passed away inside its walls. Bradford is joined by his friend Nikki as they explore the creepy hospital. When they find the morgue, Bradford decides to lay down inside one of the morgue's empty body storage lockers. As he's laying there, he experiences something absolutely chilling.
Make some kind of banging
New
noise.
waifu cups at Gamer Subs.
Nikki, do you hear that banging noise? I'm not moving, and it's in the same bed as me, dude. Who's here with me?
I've already watched this, and I don't remember this
You really
part.
can't hear that, Nikki?
I can't hear the banging noise.
You're gonna have like 15 minutes of you're trying to listen to right now.
The menace attacking my ankles right now.
Are you walking around right now? Nikki?
I'm right here.
You're not moving?
I'm right here.
I legit just had a shadow at the bottom of my feet.
Bradford begins to hear a strange tapping sound coming from somewhere nearby, somewhere inside the morgue body locker with him. But things get even stranger as he sees what appears to be a small shadow-like apparition moving upwards and out of sight. He immediately asks his shadow-like apparition moving upwards and out of sight as he sees what appears to be a small shadow-like apparition moving upwards and out of sight.
What the heck was that?
He immediately asks his friend shadow-like apparition moving upwards and out of sight. He's what appears to be a small shadow-like apparition moving upwards and
It looks like a Head and Shoulders.
stranger as he sees what appears to be a small shadow-like apparition moving upwards and out of sight. He immediately asks his friend Nikki if she's moving around or possibly casting a shadow, but she quickly says that she hasn't moved an inch, and even in the recording we can hear that there's no sound of anyone moving.
Are you walking around right now?
It's like
Nikki?
a real fast crawling.
You're not moving?
I'm right here. My feet haven't moved.
So is the Lakeville State Hospital haunted by the patients who passed away there? Let me know what you think. Bradford shared his creepy clips on TikTok, and you can also see his full exploration of the Lakeview Hospital on his YouTube channel, The Haunted Lair. German TikTok user Arvin.de travels to the hometown of one of the most well-known exorcism cases of all time, that of Annalise Mickles. In 1975, Annalise Mickles' family claimed that she demonstrated strange behavior and dark supernatural abilities. Even Annalise herself claimed that she was possessed by a demon. The church was called in, and Annalise Mickles went through a total of 67 exorcisms. She passed away under mysterious circumstances in her home at the age of 23. German TikToker Arvin finds a cabin that is said to have belonged to the Mickles family. When he records the inside of the cabin for his TikTok page, he has no idea that he's being watched by something.
Did you copyright? Oh, I think I remember that video.
Did you see it? When Arvin pans his camera, a face can be seen quickly moving away from a hole in the cabin's ceiling. Arvin says he has no idea what this creepy face could be, and he only noticed it after TikTok viewers pointed it out.
But if it was a goat, it wouldn't have been that quiet.
Is it a real face? Is it a trick of the light? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. When the lights go out. Abiud Hernandez Alvarez claims that his apartment in Mexico City is extremely haunted by a vengeful female spirit. Now, for over a year, he has been documenting the terrifying encounters that he says take place in his apartment on a daily basis.
Ooh,
On
I
Luke's
don't like
Top
that.
5, I've featured his continuing strange story several times.
Oh,
so let's
yeah,
take
this
a very
place.
quick look back.
Oh, I didn't like this video. I didn't like this one.
even creepier, Abiud has had some chilling physical encounters with the spirit that haunts his apartment, including the disturbing
I
sound
already
of
watched
high
this.
heels
Can I
walking
not
through
watch
his
it again?
home when no one else is there.
The Arthurian people, Pleiadian people, and the Syrian people came to this world to teach and give humans the key.
It sounds like high heels.
And he has even caught the apparition on camera. But oddly enough, up to this point, the specter has only appeared in the reflection of mirrors throughout his house. Once in his bedroom mirror. And then again, the ghost was caught on camera in a mirror in his living room.
I don't like mirrors.
At first,
don't
when
like
this
mirrors.
began in early 2020, Abiud said that he didn't mind the mild paranormal occurrences around his home. In fact, he said that he simply found them intriguing, but not necessarily scary. However,
Oh, I'd be scared
since
of shit.
then, things have taken a terrifying turn. The haunting in his home has become much more violent and extreme. And at this point, Abiud says that the strange experiences and loud sounds have become so intense that he can't even sleep at night. Abiud recently uploaded an all-new video where he documents a supernatural experience in his home. The late-night encounter is absolutely terrifying.
I don't like these. I don't like this. My lights just started freaking out. Nope, 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 nope. My husband always asks every time he watches these types of videos, why do they have the worst flashlights? Get yourself a real flashlight. I'm like not looking at it on my main screen. I'm looking at it on my sub screen where the stream is, so it's smaller. I don't know why making it smaller is making it easier, but by the way, there's an actual definition for jinn. Any class of spirits lower than angels capable of appearing in human and animal forms and influencing humankind for either good or evil. Interesting. Because that doesn't match. Give me a second. I just had an idea. They're above ghosts but lower than demons and angel in power. Okay. I'm weird because I feel like the ranking system is accurate, but there's like a ranking system in the sense of power, but they're all like the same creatures. Again, I don't believe that human spirits stay human, or stay human spirits and stay in the world. I'm kind of iffy on that. By the way, I said that Chris always says to get a real flashlight anytime he sees videos like this, and I just asked him if he wants to demonstrate what a real flashlight is. We'll see what he answers. Why do you have a teddy bear? I've never been so terrified of a teddy bear. Oh, no, he's looking in a mirror. He's looking in a mirror. Stop it. Stop looking in a mirror. Stop it. Nuke, I miss your voice. Come back. Oh my god! I knew it. Nuke, come back. I miss you. I miss your voice. I would leave. I would leave. He sounds genuinely
Abiud
terrified.
experiences a power outage in his
And
home, which is mentioned in previous
so
videos.
would-
Often
so
occurs
would I.
when the supernatural activity becomes very extreme. So he grabs his camera and starts to record. He experiences a few chilling events, but then he once again hears the loud clack of high-heeled shoes on his floor. The footsteps seem to be coming closer and closer. When Abiud turns around, he is shocked to see the horrifying figure of a woman who seems to be creepily smiling back at him. The apparition disappears into thin air, and soon after, the lights in Abiud's apartment come back on, and he cuts the camera. Now, after carefully reviewing and enhancing the footage in this video, I discovered another creepy event that most viewers didn't even notice. Even when the video is brightened and slowed down, the strange occurrence is still a little hard to make out. So, did you see it? There's a teddy bear sitting in a chair in the corner of the room, but when Abiud pans toward a mirror, the teddy bear is not there in the mirror's reflection. Then, as he pans back toward the chair, the bear is still there, though it seems to have shifted into a different position. This is just seconds before the terrifying apparition of a woman is caught on camera. So, just what do you think happened to Abiud Hernandez Alvarez in his Mexico City apartment? Is he capturing real paranormal evidence of a terrifying haunting? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that about
If you
them
see a
being
video that you
elemental
think would be
beings.
perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5 at
Yeah, I
gmail.com.
didn't think that it wasn't a good angle to be in the
on
mirror.
CCTV. This first video was recorded by a security camera on a very
Ads,
rainy night
3,
in Iguatu,
2,
Brazil.
1.
I photographed food in New York, in Philadelphia, in Paris. DocuSign makes it easier for me to do business. When I think of work, I think of being invested in telling a story. Being a small business owner means I'm the CEO, accounting department, the CFO, the head of sales. No one gets into photography.
What the
The
heck did I
footage
just
shows a
look at?
mysterious woman who looks very confused as she's crossing a rain-flooded road. What makes the footage so strange is that the woman seems to be slowly disappearing. She looks incredibly pale and is walking through the heavy rainstorm with hardly any clothing. And eventually, she just disappears. Now, normally I would just dismiss this clip as some strange video compression artifact, and I'd probably say that the digital camera just wasn't keeping up with her movements. However, a few moments later in the video, a motorcycle speeds down the same road. Unlike the woman, the motorcycle is completely visible, even though it's traveling at a very fast speed. Likewise, the truck in the footage is completely clear.
I wouldn't even say
Brazilian
that they
video
were
expert-
on the same wall, but they were definitely against the same wall. So, like, I think... I think with, like, the camera angle, the mirror's here, and it's, like, 90-degree angle, right? The mirror's here, and the bear is on this wall, but, like, leaning against this wall, if that makes sense. Oh, apparently my work had a game night at 8 p.m. today. And I didn't know until right now at 11:37 p.m.
Experts are baffled by the bizarre footage. However, locals believe that the strange woman might be the ghost of someone who lost her life on this small stretch of road. And their arguments are fairly compelling. Because just why was this woman walking around out in a storm, in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere, on a dangerously flooded road? Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Stop by
going on
viewer
there.
Jesse Worthington emailed me directly about a video he recorded of some bizarre CCTV security footage. The video shows something Jesse and his friend Sarah just can't explain. And I can't really explain it either.
No, just let it play normal. Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it when they're talking, because most of the time they freak out.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. Look how tall they are.
Whoa.
That ain't nothing. Wait till she slows it up. You see the face. Right there, that was the face.
No, not yet.
There it was.
It's coming right there.
Yeah, it was.
See right there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like I want a shot from this too. When we get. Oh. Whoa.
That ain't nothing.
Yeah. Hey.
This last one is what gives.
See that?
There
Right
you go.
there.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. No way.
What am I looking at?
The recording shows a bright light seemingly peeking from behind a house in a suburban neighborhood. The bright abnormality changes shape as it appears multiple times. Then it seems to morph into two separate lights and just floats away and disappears. A group of friends watch in disbelief. Jesse thinks that it might be some kind of entity accidentally captured on CCTV. As
I don't
for
know what I
me,
was looking at.
I've honestly never seen anything like this. But just what do you think? Could it be swamp?
But considering how far away it is, considering how far away that camera footage is from the being, no, not this. There's clothing, like reflective clothing. I'm gonna be put on some sort of watch list. For Yeah, okay, so there's clothing you can wear that can be that's like super reflective. I know you're thinking that I'm talking about like, you know, what construction workers wear and stuff. But it's more like this. It like
While setting up my home security cameras on a chilly night, I noticed that my reflective running jacket was making it difficult to see my own face. For this video, I'm testing the effect of reflective clothing on night motion and facial detection with a rechargeable battery-powered entertainment in this video. For privacy reasons, my face has been blurred. From any links you view, well-integrated white lens of 23 feet. At night, motion detection becomes more sensitive, notifying the user of all motion, not just humans. The user can select from 3 night vision settings. This may scare them off your property, like a motion light.
Doesn't Nuke use this sound? Yeah.
Motion detection fails with infrared night vision and my reflective jacket. That's not good. The jacket's shape and form are completely obliterated in light. Details from my face are hard to make out as well.
So they have like reflective clothing, but you don't have to wear a whole hoodie. You could wear like a face mask, and it doesn't have to cover your entire face. But because it's on your face,
that's creepy.
It
I can clearly make
completely like blurs out your face because it can't
If
see
your home
it.
security camera has a night vision feature, turn it on. If it doesn't, buy a new camera, like the Eufy Cam I linked to. For the second night of this test, I centered the camera and spotlight on the pathway. Because of my mounting solution, this meant his motion and face were detected, even with the illuminators off. That's really great to hear. For $100 per camera, I'll take that.
The music is just like so scary.
In all 3 night vision modes, the AI missed me when I wore the reflective jacket and its hood down. It also missed me when I wore the reflective jacket and night vision was off. These are shortcomings.
See, that's yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if that person's wearing just a face mask in this,
gas, ball lightning,
considering
a
how
very odd
far
electrical
away
discharge,
the camera is, it's
or
not going to
something
catch a
else
lot
entirely.
of details of a human.
Let me know down in the comments.
But like that looks like a human's arm swinging, you know?
And another video captured on CCTV, Reddit user.
What does it show?
The recording shows a bright light seemingly peeking from behind a house in a suburban neighbor conference room of a casino in her hometown. Redditor Lazy Ray Scallion also claims that human remains were found during the construction of the casino in which the conference room is located. The video is chilling.
Did they come out with more music? I actually really like their music. I'm not gonna lie. I really, really like their song in Beat Saber too. I like CCTV
Just
footage
as the clock
best.
hits the midnight hour, a shadow-like transparent figure can be seen walking from one door to the other in the back of the
me too.
conference room. Again, I might dismiss this video as a camera glitch, but notice that the figure seems to appear through a closed door and exits through another closed door, which makes the footage very compelling.
That feels
But
very
is it real, or is it all
residual.
just an elaborate hoax?
That's what that
You
feels
decide. A scary night at the movies.
Like. Oh dang, I was
In this
really
next video, popular Chinese
It's our
ghost hunter Xiao Long and his
boy,
friend Xiao
Xiao
Shen are
Long.
exploring an old theater in northern China that has been abandoned for at least 40 years. The two friends find old machinery, projectors, and films dating back to the 1980s. It's unclear why the large theater was abandoned or why so much expensive and collectible film equipment was left behind. As they explore the creepy building, the two ghost hunters try to lighten the mood and joke around as they find the women's restroom.
那个鱼里面蛇是我是。Are you woman? Are you ready? We are here. Woman, we are here. Welcome to
Xiaolong and his friends speak English as they jokingly call out to the spirits that might be lingering inside the theater, or at least the ones lingering in the women's restroom. But after the fun and games, things start to get a bit creepy. When they find the seating area and explore the theater's enormous stage, something seems to be there with them. Something terrifying.
封闭似的，怪不得他妈这老他妈那啥了。哎！我这是啥呀？我操你妈！是人吗？不是吧？别吵！我操！没了！哎！我操！哎！我操你妈！我操！啊！人！我操你！啊！哎！我操你妈！
I think that's my dude.
我去你妈呀！
Xiaolong and Xiao Shen watch in horror as two mysterious, unexplained figures appear right behind the
It
theater
looks
screen.
like it doesn't
when they
even
run
look
to
like
investigate,
human figures.
there's
It looks
no
like
one there. They search, but they can't find a logical explanation for what they
the
just saw.
Munchkins
And then things go from
like
bad to worse.
The proportions look like the Munchkins from Wizard of Oz.
就是我们俩，我听得懂了，后边反光，哪反光？那不可能是咱俩。
I mean, there was two of them, and there's two of you.
啊！我操！啊！我操！我操！啊！我老去你们！我操你妈！我操你妈！谁呀？谁？啊！我操你妈！
I think I don't know if he said it, but it is customary in China to curse at ghosts to ward off spirits. So that's why, even though they're terrified, they're going to continue cursing at it. See, like, they have actual flashlights. They just did a lot of running. And they're terrified. Oh no, don't do that.
entire front row of the theater seats flip down on their
Oh,
own,
is
and
that
then the
what
theater
happened?
door closes. The two friends are then led on a wild goose chase as they pursue something that seems to slam doors shut right in front of them. Unable to find the source of the strange activity, they return to the theater's seating area.
I don't remember this video. I swear I watched this because it was hilarious.
This is.
Oh, okay. Why does he think he's in trouble?
A pale figure seems to be watching them from one of the windows on the 3rd floor. They charge up the stairs, but the mysterious apparition has disappeared. Back in the seating area, they demand the presence show itself, even going so far as to call the ghost a coward. It did not go well.
Oh, lol. No, like, I mean, we had time. No, he's not in trouble. Again, after this video, I'm probably going to start talking about the talking aspect of this whole thing.
A small bucket
Beating
lying on
up
the
the
floor
bucket.
seems to move on its own. So, obviously, they proceed to kick that bucket's ass. As you do when there's a haunted bucket. But then things get much more serious and downright terrifying.
Unless he disagrees that this is a real flashlight. I think these are real flashlights, but I don't know what his definition of a real flashlight is. Oh, that's right! It starts to look like they have an audience. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I remember that. Yeah. Yes. On Discord. That's adorable. My question was if you would like to show an example of what a real flashlight is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. He's down. Shine the flashlight over there. Come on, you have an actual flashlight. You're not shining your flashlight over there?
Even though there doesn't seem to be any...
It's very bright.
So, I'm guessing if we were, like, filming, obviously you wouldn't have the best lighting. And it lights up the whole room.
Especially if you put it up.
Look at that. It's like my my no, it's not as bright, but it is pretty bright. Like this is the reflection of the of the flashlight on that back wall.
Mm-hmm.
That's really well, actually.
Yeah. I didn't want to spare any expenses with dealing with that campus.
So what is the example of a poor flashlight? Because there's a video earlier. This guy's.
This is the 3rd mode. It's kind of darker.
This guy's camera is what I thought you would deem as a oh my god.
Sorry.
As a bad flashlight.
Oh god.
Can you say that's fair? That's a bad flashlight?
Yeah, I can't see a damn thing. What the hell was that? Oh, it's a light bulb.
Yeah. But then we were watching this one, and I'm like, you know what? This is our boy Xiao Long too.
Oh, yeah, he's got a good flashlight.
He's got a good flashlight.
I think that's better than this one.
I think so too.
A small bucket lying on the floor seems to move. move on its own. So, obviously, they proceed to kick that bucket's ass. As you do when there's a haunted bucket. But then things...
I mean, that's reasonable. That's what you do when there's a haunted bucket.
There's a haunted bucket. What does one do besides kick that bucket's ass? Actually, maybe... No, his is a little bit wider.
No, yeah, I think his is definitely better because that was in a theater. That's a lot of space in a theater that you have to cover, and it pretty much lit up.
The mysterious apparition has disappeared.
After
Back
they
in the
get
seating area.
light.
Oh wow, yeah, no, that's a good flashlight.
Yeah.
That's a good job, Shalom.
It's your boy.
Spare no expense on the flashlight, god damn it.
Yeah, the one thing is when they see 5 ghosts in the theater, they don't point the flashlight towards it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, here. Oh, wait, nope, that's just past it. They don't point anything towards over there. They were...
Oh, they just yelled at it.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a lot of ghosts.
And then they say 5, but I saw some more off onto that side.
Really?
Yeah, like... Let's...
Wait, they turned on the lights? What are those?
So there's here, but if you look over into this direction in this other area, there's some ghosts there. Yeah, I think there's like 2 more. See? Over there.
At least one.
At least one.
Unless that was one of the entrances. Yeah. Flashlights. They're good stuff.
Spare no expense. Maybe. Thanks for showing us what a real flashlight looks like. The earlier one that I showed you, that flashlight is like one of those handhelds with that like big ol'...
Oh yeah, like those huge ass torches.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want one of those too, but I like this because it's.
But that one.
Nice.
That's what that one looked like. That was that one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
His was just garbage then. Or he had it on the low setting. There's a couple of settings of this. 1, 2, low setting.
Why would you want the low setting when you're hearing a woman walk around your house?
I don't know.
But yeah. Seizure warnings.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Spooky warnings.
Also, the kittens didn't eat any of that.
That's because Wednesday ate it, didn't she? And PB.
And PB, and Roshi, and Spooky.
Why do they
and
all
Oliver.
like kitten food? They're dumb. Shut the hell up, Wednesday. You're small.
So yeah, I don't blame them for...
Explores handheld flashlights. Once Xiaolong gets this, all the lights suddenly turn off, including the Explorer's handheld flashlights.
Does a female cat get pregnant again?
I don't know. Why? Do you think she is?
I don't know. But she's looking chubby.
I don't know. We'll just give her back and that won't be our problem.
Sounds good.
3 months, she says.
3 months?
Yeah.
And they can't get pregnant, or they just won't try.
She still has some baby fat.
No, that was gone. That's new. Remember, she was kind of like, she recovered well.
Well, she flattened out.
I just hope it's food.
Hey, do you mind? Why do I have all the cats in this room right now?
Because we're both in the room and they love
They
it.
shouldn't be able to get pregnant again.
Okay, good. Fuck you, Wednesday. You're cute. And you made cute ones.
But stop.
But stop. Hey, no.
Once Xiaolong gets his flashlight working again, the two make a run for it. You can watch this full exploration over on the YouTube channel, Outdoor Xiaolong. And by the way, I wanted to say there was a fake YouTube channel pretending to be Xiaolong's official channel.
Hello， 我是户外小龙，在这里我郑重告诫频道户外小龙铁粉皮儿，你已经严重了侵犯了我的隐私权、品牌权以及版权，请立刻停止你的。以后我的视频将会在 户外小龙幽灵猎人唯一官方频道展出，以及友情授权的 Next Top。
I love that he has Nuke's Top 5 in here, like, because it's your boy, you know?
It's your boy Shalom.
The body has to recuperate. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I have a baby cat.
You do.
File， 感谢 YouTube 上面的每一位粉丝对我的喜欢与支持。
So if you were subbed to the other channel, definitely go subscribe to his real YouTube channel, Outdoor
Yeah, I'm definitely down
Xiaolong.
with the Chinese
There
way
are
of
all
wording
new
those
videos there,
Yeah.
and they even
I
have
don't think it
English
works.
subtitles.
But I think it
The
works
Belshaw
great.
House Haunting. In the 1870s, in the small California mining town of Cerro Gordo, California, two children were playing hide and seek in
No.
the house of wealthy local businessman Mortimer Belshaw while he was
which we
out.
already watched.
The children hid in a large steamer trunk in the master bedroom when the latch became stuck, trapping them inside.
Good boy.
Tragically, the two children suffocated inside the steamer trunk. Cut to modern day. Visitors and workers at the historic Belshaw House in Cerro Gordo claim that the ghosts of the two children still haunt the home. Sometimes people hear the sound of children laughing and running.
Way too many children.
But
in
other
this
times,
episode.
they hear terrifying screams and banging.
That
Many
doesn't
visitors
help.
who have slept in the master bedroom claim to have felt a strange heavy pressure on their chest.
Do you struggle to drink enough water each and every day?
No, I struggle to get through ads each and every single day.
Enhance your water with great flavor and vitamins.
I just really
So,
want to
friends
feel that.
Brandon, Corey, Corbin, Elton, and Matt from the YouTube channel TFIL traveled to Cerro Gordo to spend the night investigating the creepy Belshaw house. The group decides to leave Corey and Matt all alone in the allegedly extremely haunted master bedroom. It did not go well. Matt lies down on the bed and is surrounded by cat bell toys that shine colorful lights when touched or moved. Corey sits down next to the bed and the two investigators begin to ask questions directed at any spirits that might be haunting the old home. A static camera records as they soon begin to experience some very creepy activity.
If there's anyone here with us, can you give us a sign?
Did you just f***ing hear that? What'd you hear? You're joking. What'd you hear? Dude, what'd you hear? Over there, what'd you hear? Where all the nights, I felt like I heard a, or something, dude. Oh my god, I thought for sure I was making that up. You just said, can you give us a sign? And he goes, I thought for sure I made that up. Like, I thought for sure I was like you heard that in your head? Yeah. No, I heard that. If that was you, could you give us a knock or maybe light up
There's
one
a
of these
cat
balls
right
on the
outside
bed?
of this room, by the way.
Are you hearing this over here? I didn't hear that one. Dude, I'm freaking out, bro. If you were a boy, can you knock one time? And if you are a girl, can you knock 2 times? You heard that shit over here? You heard that shit?
You have to really move those
You heard
cat
that, right?
toys.
I thought it was 1.
Corey and Matt both hear a strange sound that seems like a deep breath. Not once, but twice. The creepy EVP is then followed by the
'Cause he gets
unexplained
up
sound of
and those
knocking.
things don't
The two
move,
friends
or
begin to
don't-
get a bit freaked out by what they are hearing in the dark room. And then, things get
Do you-
much worse.
I'm going to need you to stop taking my ankles.
What? Something just pulled my chair. Oh, dude, are you serious? And then something just pulled my shirt. Are you serious? Whoa, dude, no. I'm not even kidding. Are you serious? Was this open? Yeah, that was open. That was open. Dude, something.
Was that open?
I felt the chair go like that, and then as I stand up,
That one was
I feel
Butter
my
Nugget.
jacket go like that. How hard was it? Oh, and the chair was like this. I'm not even kidding. Like as I'm sitting on it, I felt the chair creak this way.
Corey jumps up, saying that he felt like the chair he was sitting on was being moved around and that something was pulling at his jacket. What the two don't know is that the static camera in the room captured something that they couldn't see. Something absolutely terrifying. So, did you see it? Right before Corey jumps up, a strange white figure can be seen floating towards him and then disappearing
didn't see
into
that.
thin air. Now, I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure what to think of this bizarre figure, other than to
You're
say
fine.
that it does look very odd. So I leave it up to you to decide. Is it real, Or is it all just an
Especially
elaborate
since
hoax?
I know I'm this tiny little camera
You
in the corner of
decide.
your screen, probably.
You can check out this full video over on the YouTube channel, TFIL.
Okay. That was fun. Thanks again, Nuke. You always... A bucket moose, Xiao Long, and I took that personally. Oh, jeez. The guys kicking a bucket ass on stage was the Ghost's only form of entertainment for a while, and they all came to watch. Oh my goodness. It was absolutely chilling, terrifying. God damn it. This channel has taught me many swear words in different languages to use against ghosts and ghouls. I feel like we should take a second to think about the theater one from the ghost perspective, because imagine you hanging in a theater with your boys and some guys call you a coward, so you move a bucket and they start throwing hands with it. Oh my goodness. So what's hot show for today? 2 Chinese comedians? I'll take 5 tickets. Oh my goodness. Ghost watching them kick a bucket on stage. I paid $50 for this. Oh my goodness. It's all just talking about Xiaolong beating up a bucket. That's all these comments are. Oh my goodness. Okay. So... Oh, we're gonna end that. So now we're gonna start talking about a few things now that I wanted to talk about. Black Eyed Kids. Did I do you know what Black Eyed Kids are? I mean, if you don't, that's fine, because I'm still gonna read it to you anyways. But do you know what they are? I've got no answers, so I'm just waiting. It's fine. Just a lot of oh my god content, you know. Okay, so I don't know. No, I'll just read it from here. So, because obviously that's what you do when there's a haunted bucket, and I do, but I don't because I forget. Okay, no, honestly, that's what you do when it comes to haunted buckets. You have to take that personally. So, okay, starting from one well-publicized report of Black-Eyed Children by Brian Bethel back in the late 90s, more, wow, this is more are more. Reports of creepy children has started rolling in. This is many people looking for the answer as to what are Black-Eyed Kids. In short, Black-Eyed Kids, or alternatively Black-Eyed Children, are entities of unknown origin that approach individuals and request or demand entry into their homes or vehicles. They appear as children, usually ranging from about 8 to late teens, and defining physical characteristic is that their eyes are solid black with no white showing. What Black-Eyed Children want is an open debate, but it's likely not good. Below, some history on the BEK, which is Black-Eyed Kids for short, sightings, and reports on encounters. So, usually they're in a group of 2 to 4 individuals, but again, as we saw in that video, it might not be. We're not 100% sure, but there's usually about 2 or 4. They appear to be between 8 to late teens. They wear clothes that are outdated or wrong for the season. They speak oddly as if it isn't their native language. They're very demanding and pushy. They request entry into a home, car, or life in some way. Oh my god. A kitten just touched my ankle, and let me tell you, that was a little terrifying. Because I'm looking at, like, photos like this the entire time as I'm reading this. Like, there's another one down here of just... They request entry into your home, car, or life in some way, appear and disappear without explanation, often exhibit psychic powers that one I'm iffy on, can disrupt and affect electrical devices, have an aura that scares or disturbs animals, and not just animals. You know how usually when you look at a kid, you're not thinking of... You don't feel dread most of the time when it comes to that? When it comes to black-eyed kids, you feel dread or some form of anxiety while dealing with these children. What black-eyed kids want is hotly contested. It is clear that they want permission to enter our lives in some way, but to what end? There are occasional reports... Sorry, just got it. There are occasional reports of people who have let them in and lived, and there are rare in those cases of people usually fled shortly after letting them into their house. There is one account where a couple let the children in, and they let them stay until what was ostensible... How the heck do you pronounce this word? I need to find an answer. Hold on.
Ostensibly.
Again, these are just trends, but that doesn't necessarily mean they have to follow these rules. Ostensibly, their parents arrived to pick them up. While nothing happened, they attribute a series of bad events to their encounter, including a husband getting cancer. Oh, I think this is a story one of the girls read when I was listening to Two Girls, One Ghost. The couple of this report live in a rural and secluded area in Vermont. It was stormy winter night and there was a fresh blanket of snow on the ground. The victim was asleep while she was awoken by banging at her front door. Knowing that it was snowing and that the roads would be treacherous, her first thought was that someone had been in an accident and had walked up to their home for help. She looked out the window and saw fresh footprints in the snow, and a motion light at the front door was on. She woke her husband and sent him to see who was at the door. When I looked out the window, I could see that the motion spotlight was on, and I could see that there were footprints in the snow that had come from our road into our driveway. But there was no car anywhere. The snow was still covering the road, and no one had driven on it for at least a couple hours. Our front door was obscured from the window, but I could see that someone was standing there. I wasn't sure what to think, so I woke my husband up just to feel safer. While I was telling him what was going on and the banging on the door started again, my husband went to answer while I stood on the hallway. When he opened the door, there were two children standing in the snow looking toward the ground. There was a boy and a girl, and they could not have been more than 8 years old. They were dressed strangely and had odd haircuts. The girl hair was very long and straight, and the boy had dated haircut that looked almost like a bowl cut. They weren't dressed for winter, and my first thought was they must have been Mennonite children, but as far as I know, there was never a large community of Mennonites near us. The children were very unnerving. They would not make eye contact, and when my husband asked them if everything was okay, they asked if they could come in. My husband looked at me like, "What do I do?" and I asked the kids where their parents were. "They'll be here soon," is all they said. Our parents will be here soon, they spoke in a sing-songy voice. They weren't afraid to be in a stranger's home at all. I started to notice our cats, we had 4, were all hiding except for Pigeon, who was in the kitchen with me. Normally our cats are very curious and friendly, and we had to be careful that they don't run out the door when we leave. This time none of them even tried to see who was here, which I thought was very strange. All of the hair on Pigeon's neck was standing up and his tail was puffed up while he looked in the living room. When I bent down to pet him to see what was wrong, he hissed and started growling, and I backed up until he hid himself under the kitchen island. I've never seen him do that before. It took everything inside of me not to... In other encounters with BEKs, we have heard of dogs reacting very badly. We find out later that the cats had a good reason to be wary of these children. One thing that I ponder where the negative effects from being around BEKs take hold is it just an aura of dread and doom that surrounds them, or possibly is it looking in their eyes as the key element in them imparting the curse onto you. Up until this point, the children had been avoiding making eye contact. Weird enough in and of itself, but she walked back into the living room, locked eyes with them, and saw that they were classic all black eyes, that's the hallmark of black-eyed kids. This is not very good written report. It took everything inside of me not to drop the mugs and run away. When they looked at me, their eyes were completely black. They had no whites, just giant black pupils. Upon seeing her reaction to the eyes, the two children excused themselves to go as a pair to the bathroom. I find it odd in and of itself. Wow, they really like that saying. And wonder if it wasn't their chance to signal someone for a pickup. As soon as they leave and they start talking about the kids, the husband spontaneously has a nosebleed. This was something that he had never done before. He had never done the nosebleed before. The woman had gone to get some tissue for her husband's nose and was just heading back to him when the power went out. In the dark, she found that the children were done in the bathroom. Unfazed by the dark, they just stood in the hall. This is something I can assure you isn't normal. Yeah, no shit. I stopped dead in my tracks. The two children were standing at the end of the hallway. They weren't moving, and I have never been so scared in my whole life. They just stood in the dark. After what felt like forever, the boy said, "Our parents are here," and they walked to the door, opened it, and walked out, leaving it wide open. They rushed to close the door behind them and were taken aback when they saw on the driveway. The men looked like they were wearing black-colored suits, and they were very tall, at least 6 feet. When my husband waved at them, they just stared at us, got into the car, and drove off. After the black-eyed children left, the worst was not over. As with other close encounters with BEKs, negative effects are long-lasting. In the months that followed, one of her cats hemorrhaged and died in the house. The other cats have gone missing and presumably died. Both she and her husband have continued to have nosebleeds. Eventually, he was also diagnosed with having an aggressive form of skin cancer. She does not go into detail, but claims it to be the worst state of health of her entire life. It is just a coincidence, or were the BEKs emitting some sort of radiation? BEKs. Some think BEKs to be demons or alien hybrids. Could be something else. Here's a list of encounters with black-eyed children that should put a chill in your bones. It's a whole list. Tell me if any of these sound interesting to you. Black-eyed children report from someone who let them in. Oh, that's the one I just read. Psychic black-eyed kids encounter, Brian Bethel, BEK encounter in Wyoming, black-eyed adult in Texas, psychic BEK encounter, Portland, BEK, New York, BEK encounter in the night, BEK kids terrorize hiker in Michigan, white-eyed kids terrorize brothers, and then it trails off. BEK give man cancer, John Northwood, BEK's encounter important. They let black-eyed children into their home. There was one I remember the girls reading where there was these two friends, and they went to the movies, and they were going to the movies, and when they pulled up into the parking lot, some kid approached one of them and looked like they were a teenager of some sort, and they asked them for a ride. And he said, well, I just got here, me and my friend are gonna watch a movie, and they said it's okay, we'll wait. And he was like, okay. And then he went and met his friend in the movies. They watched the movie. They were hoping that the kids would be gone by then, but they didn't get a good feeling from these kids. They looked completely normal, they looked completely normal, but they had a feeling of dread, and their clothes seemed to be slightly off. Like it wasn't up to date. They weren't wearing like colonial clothes, but they were wearing really dated clothes. And if I remember the story correctly, after they got out of the movies, the person telling the story went to the bathroom. Then he ran into his friend and said, all right, well, let's go eat somewhere. They both drove separately, by the way. And the kids came up to the friend and they're like, hey, you promised to give us a ride. And the person telling the story was like, hey, you promised them rides? And he was like, yeah. And the dude was like, don't give them a ride. Something about these kids is just really off. Don't give them a ride. And so then the guy was just like, all right, guys, let me just pull my car around and I'll give you guys a ride. It's okay. I'll come pick you up at the front of this. And they're like, no, we'll just follow you to your car. And he was like, no, it's all right. Just go. I'll just go get my car because he just gave some excuse that the kids were like, okay, fine. And so they quickly went to their cars and they started driving out of this parking lot. And this parking lot was like a parking garage. They drove out of the parking garage and the friend says that he was right behind them. And as they were leaving the parking garage, he looked into his rearview mirror and the kids were there just like watching him leave. There was 4 of them, by the way. And then he looked ahead and a car plows into his friend's vehicle. And he is just stunned. His friend ended up dying at the scene. That is one of those stories that I remember. So it does make you wonder if black-eyed kids can affect things because you said okay. That's one of their things here is that they don't know when the effects of a black-eyed kid could take effect, but they do want to be in your life in some way, but they need to get consent, I guess, in a sense, where they ask to go into your home, and if you say yes and you let them in, or like with these kids at the movie theater where he was like, yeah, I'll give you a ride, but then he doesn't, is just the act of saying yes, okay, I'll let you do this, where you get the effects of a BEK. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it might be the Portland one. Something about the Portland one sounded familiar. And then I put pictures like this, which I already don't like children. That's funny. Okay, this one's not exactly the same story, but I remember the girls talking about this one. So this one's the Black-Eyed Children, the Portland Black-Eyed Children. So I tell you, there's something about that one that's familiar. Okay, so I found this report online, but I have not been able to contact the original poster to confirm any details. The fact is that Portland is a city of spooky things, so a Portland black-eyed kids encounter doesn't surprise me in the least. By the way, I'm gonna turn on these lights again because I actually hate this light that's here. It's blinding, so maybe if I do that, it will light up my face better, and it's fine. We'll do an intermission so that I can read the story to you. You don't get to read it, I get to read it. So yeah, a man came across this news group by accident. I'm going to make this bigger for myself because my screen is actually very far away from me. Like, this is me reaching, and like I had to lean forward and reach, and even then I could barely reach this. Like, the screen's really far away from me. Okay, so I came across this new group by accident, and I'm moving to Portland in a few months, and I was just doing a little general research about the city, and I was done to read about the incidents with the creepy BEKs, because I had a similar incident happen to me while I was visiting Portland in August of 2000. My girlfriend and I were staying in a hostel in Gislin Avenue in northwest Portland. It is a very nice place in a hip and fun, if a little yuppish section of town. Yuppie-ish is slang for like rich white people. Anyway, it was a Friday night, actually, early Saturday morning. April, my girlfriend, and I were up socializing with another couple from England, sharing some laughs and playing some songs. I had a guitar with me. Playing some songs, I had a guitar with me. Well, about 2:30 a.m., we suddenly realized that there was no more beer left, and none of us really felt like calling it the night just yet. Well, April reminded me that I had about a couple of bottles of It's a wine. Pinot Noir. But a little place called the City Market earlier that day, but they were still in the trunk of our car, so she tossed me the keys and I ventured out to make a hike to where the car was parked. There's a sort of good luck finding a parking spot to park policy at the hotel. Pinot? I don't know. So we ended up parking in a spot off a side street about 4 blocks from the hostel. It's not really a bad area. Nightlife was still winding down, not too far away from the hostel, and I could hear the random noises of revelry off in the distance. Revelry. What does that mean? I think it's just like... I'm learning so many new words. Ravelry. Wait.
Revelry.
Revelry. Lively and noisy festivities. That's what I thought it meant, but just want to check. But as I walked to the car, I found myself feeling very alone. As I turned down the street to where the car was parked, a misty rain filled the air. Not really drops, but kind of like misty, directionless rain. By the way, that's not so weird. It is a thing. I have experienced it here in Idaho. The streetlights lit my path and reflected their dim glow in the wet pavement. As I reached the car, I slid my keys into the trunk latch and I heard this voice call out, "Hey, mister." Thinking I was alone and not having seen anyone as I was walking down the street, I was very startled, and I whirled around to be greeted by the face of an adolescent who gazed at me intently from just a few feet away. I was really unnerved, and by reflex I jumped back and then grabbed my chest and said something like, "Jesus, man, you scared the shit out of me." The kid just kept going, looking at me undaunted. He appeared to be between the ages of 11 and 14, and he wore old jeans and a hooded sweatshirt. His hair was black and his skin was tan. He had a Mediterranean look about him. That was when I noticed his eyes were all black. My first thought was he was on LSD because I know that it can dilate your pupils and give you the type of appearance, but this kid didn't seem to be on a drug. He seemed very calm, confident. It was kind of nerving to have a kid act like that. I said without looking away, "I'm lost and scared. Do you think you could give me a ride to my mom's house?" This kid didn't look scared at all. Masked behind those youthful features was an expression of a wolf leering at me, a fit 28-year-old man, and what I felt was real fear. He kept moving closer and closer to me. I quickly broke eye contact. It was difficult, though. Those eyes were compelling. Deep pools of black. They look ageless in contrast to that young face. I think they mean contrast. They stared at me, reflecting the streetlights. It was like gazing up at the stars. At a star sprint? Sky on the clear night. I'm telling you, the writing is not good. I backed off onto the curtain, stammered, "No, really, I can't. I have to go. Sorry." He kept looking at the ground because I had the feeling that if I kept looking at his black eyes, I would become trapped like a fly in a spider's web. I heard him say, "Oh, that's okay. Here come my friends." I quickly looked up past him down the road, and I saw another young boy and a girl about a block further down the middle of the street. I didn't have my glasses on, and I had trouble seeing clearly off that far, but I'll be damned if it didn't look like they were floating towards us a couple of inches off the ground. I turned around and ran, and I heard a guttural growling behind me. I ran faster than I ever ran in my life, straight towards the hostel. I kept feeling like they were right there, behind me, clawing at the back of my neck, and I'll never forget the feeling as long as I live. It was the closest I've ever experienced true terror. When the hostel was in sight, I finally looked back and I found myself alone. I kept running though and didn't stop until I was again with my friends. They were surprised to see me panting, bending over. They asked what happened, where's the wine. I collapsed on the floor and didn't speak until I regained my composure. Suddenly I felt ashamed that I ran from a group of kids. I never told them what happened. I told them that some thugs tried to start a fight. Obviously at that point I no longer felt like socializing. I told my friends I wanted to retire for the evening, so April and I went to her room. Despite the warmth, I insisted on shutting the window and closing the curtains. I didn't sleep a wink. I never told anyone what really happened until now. When I read that story, my blood ran cold and all my hair would stood on end. It's still moving there this fall. So, that was not the one I thought it was. But yeah, Black Eyed Kids, absolutely terrifying. Not a fan. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to see if there's another one that I want to read. Nope. Fucking pictures. Some of the encounters talk about some of the stories of BEKs talk about how their eyes look a little bit off, and it isn't until after they've talked to them that they realize that their eyes are actually black. And I would like to think that they're maybe trying to mask that their eyes are black. I don't know. Anyways, I think that's it for my stream. It is now 12:33. Let's see if there's anyone to raid. I will probably end the recording here. Thank you everyone for watching. I will hopefully get this one up soon. Because I need to watch my last one over again. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I really appreciate you, Evelyn, for coming in and chatting with me. I know one of these days I have to get you in and we can talk, or we can, yeah, we had to just, Travis said that we had to dedicate basically a whole new, a whole channel or a whole episode to you, so we'll do that. I think I was supposed to have Ty on today, but we never actually talked about it, so I'll have Ty on next week. I will talk to her about it, I will text her, and then after that I'll have you on. Okay, so that is it. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're on my stream, stick around for just a second while I finish this off. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, all under the same name. Instagram does not have these creepy things. Instagram is for me to dump just a bunch of photos in, so you'll just see a lot of my personal life in there. And then you can follow me on Twitter just to know when I'm streaming. I announced that I was streaming today, but I ended up being late to the stream that I announced because I thought I was going to talk to my family, but since we're in different time zones, there was a time zone mix-up, so I ended up talking to my family an hour later than I was originally intending to, so I ended up being really late to the stream. But I do tweet if I'm going to be on for Spooky Sundays. Okay, I think that's it for the YouTube closeout. Okay, bye.